Welcome to the eCommerce Paradise YouTube channel, your ultimate resource for building a successful high-ticket dropshipping business. Our channel is dedicated to providing you with the latest insights and trends in e-commerce, as well as proven strategies and tactics for building a profitable online business. Whether you're just starting out or you're looking to take your business to the next level, you'll find everything you need to succeed right here on the eCommerce Paradise YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to stay up to date on the latest e-commerce tips, strategies, and insights. And if you haven't already, be sure to visit ecommerceparadise.com/niches to get our free niches list and mini course for high-ticket dropshipping. Thanks for tuning in, and let's get started. What's up, guys? Trevor here with eCommerce Paradise, and today the topic is overcoming common obstacles and challenges as an entrepreneur. So entrepreneurship is really exciting to get into, but of course, there's always going to be obstacles and challenges. And so how do we get over them? Because part of being an entrepreneur is overcoming obstacles no matter what happens. If you're going to just, collapse and give up when an obstacle comes your way, you're probably not going to make it. So one thing you have to do when you become an entrepreneur is you really have to make a promise to yourself that no matter what happens, you're going to overcome that obstacle. Okay. Find a way around it, over it, under it, or just go through it. But don't ever give up. It's kind of the main thing. And just to kind of preface this whole thing, and that is that you're probably going to fail a lot as you go about your entrepreneurial journey, and probably fail more than you're going to succeed. Yet it's those small amount of successes that will make your business great. Okay. It only takes one time to become successful. And that's kind of the key here. All right. So let's talk about why entrepreneurship is challenging to begin with. First and foremost, entrepreneurship is challenging just because you usually have to do everything. So when you're first starting a business, you have to figure out the product development, you have to figure out the packaging, you have to figure out the marketing, you have to figure out the financial stuff. So you're not just taking on one small task or one position in the company, you're taking on an entire company. Maybe if you're part of a bigger company, then you can be a partnership as a part of a bigger company, then you'll have just that part of the company. But usually when you're going off and doing just a sole proprietorship or becoming a sole owner of a company, you're going to be wearing all the hats in the beginning. So that's usually why it's the most challenging and why a lot of people struggle is because they're not going to be good at everything. So the key with entrepreneurship, I think in the long run, is to learn how to find other people that are better at certain things than you are, hire them, manage their work, and have them run that part of your business for you. So that's kind of one of the keys to success in the long run. In the beginning, you might not be able to hire people, or might not know how to hire people, or you might not just have much money to hire people with yet, or maybe you have money, but you just don't want to spend it. So what I always suggest is that when you learn how to do whatever it is that you want it to do first, right? And you get really good at that, and you create some sort of a system, a step-by-step procedural system, a task list, and then a way for it to be handled, film videos and whatnot. And then you can get to hiring people. Okay. Hiring people can really make entrepreneurship in general a lot less challenging, but you have to know what you're looking for, what kind of people you're looking for, and how to actually do the thing that you want to get done. Another thing that can make it challenging is just not even knowing where to begin. So what I would recommend is definitely seek out some mentorship. Just by watching this video or listening to this podcast, you're definitely seeking mentorship, which is great. And it can help a lot, when you talk to somebody about what you're trying to do and what's possible and what's good to do and what's not good to do, because there's people out there that have already done what you're trying to do and have succeeded and failed many times at trying different things. So it's a good idea to talk to people that have already been down that path before and kind of tell you, what you should do and what is actually going to work versus what maybe you think would be good. And then you get there and you realize it's not good, right? So there's a lot of things like that. But seeking mentorship is a really great thing in the beginning. Okay. Let's talk about some of the specifics of challenges and stuff like that and obstacles you'll run into. And number one is a lack of funding or financial management. Obviously companies aren't free to start. Okay. So it takes some money to start up usually. With drop shipping and high ticket drop shipping, which is what I teach, it's a little bit less capital intensive in the beginning than if you were have a physical storefront or a warehouse or something like that, where you stocked your own products. With dropshipping, you don't stock any of your own inventory. Your suppliers actually hold stock, and they take pictures, and they have a catalog, pictures and descriptions, They make the pricing and all that. So all you have to do is take their catalog, put it onto your website, and then you do the marketing, the customer service, and the support, of course, afterwards, and you handle everything. But they'll ship the product for you to your customer directly, instead of having to ship to you and then you ship to your customer. So that's kind of what makes dropshipping work, and what makes it profitable, as it's factory direct to the customer. But still, maybe you don't have the funding to, set up a website, or maybe you don't have the funding to run ads, or something like that. So you're going to have to overcome that some way. You're either going to have to use somebody else's money, like maybe ask your parents for money, or if you have a friend or some kind of a partner that has money that can loan it to you, that'll work too. Another way is to get credit cards. And this is what I usually recommend. Credit cards come with usually 30 days to pay something off. So when you put it on the credit card, you can pay it off in 30 days. And sometimes when you sign up for a credit card, it'll have a promotional offer, like a 0% financing for 12 months or something like that. You can put a large purchase on it, and then you can wait an entire year to pay it off completely. You just make the minimum payments, and then at the end of the period, the promotional period, to pay the rest off in full. So those are really good ways to take advantage of ways to fund your business. Let's say if you're just getting started and you don't even have a computer and you want to get started, you don't have a good laptop. A good laptop maybe is a couple $1,000s, okay? Maybe $1,000, couple thousand, whatever, like for a good MacBook Pro, for instance. So you can go and finance that, get an Apple Card and finance it for 2 years, and you pay $100 a month or something like that, or $50 a month. And then boom, you have a laptop that you can afford and you can start your business. Okay. So you just have to get creative. Let's talk about the next one: limited resources or access to information. So obviously, information is kind of key to becoming successful. The main thing you have to understand is that it's not about having limited resources, it's really about becoming resourceful. Because with the internet, you can pretty much learn anything you want to online. Most things are for free. Some things that are more specific or more complicated, you'll have to definitely pay for it usually. But you can learn a lot up front and then kind of do a lot of trial and error yourself. So some great resources obviously is Google and YouTube, podcasts, blogs, and there's a lot of good meetups, in-person meetups you can go to and actually network with people in person, which is really good too. Another thing is marketing and branding struggles. So a lot of people don't really understand marketing or branding, and that's okay to begin with, but you should definitely try to take some courses on that stuff before you get started. It's a really good thing to know. There's some great courses on udemy.com. I would recommend that platform. Just like really simple marketing courses. I myself, I went to college for business, and I took courses in marketing and business and sales, import, export, business law, business communication, all these different topics that are really important when you go and get your MBA. A lot of people end up going out of college and not even using those skills. But if you're getting an MBA, or you're taking courses that are usually required for an MBA, then those are going to really help you with being an entrepreneur. Okay. So definitely go and take some courses in marketing and branding, sales, product development. Or just watch some YouTube videos on that stuff before you get started. Because if you just jump into things without really learning the foundation of it, you're going to probably not do that great of a job. But if you learn a good foundation first, then you'll probably do a really good job, and you're going to actually do a lot better than your competitors. So keep that in mind. All right, another one is balancing work-life responsibilities. And I've, struggle with this all the time, unfortunately, but it is what it is. When you have a big project, for instance, and you really are diving into it, it might take months to start up. And that's going to be months where you're just like spending time in front of the computer, hours and hours and hours every single day, every single night. And unfortunately, some relationships are going to suffer, your relationship with your friends, your family. You're not going to spend as much time with your loved ones sometimes, but usually the way it works is that if you spend at least a few months building up your first big business or venture or whatever, then after that, it can kind of be smooth sailing for a while. And, scaling a business doesn't take as much work as building it does in the beginning. Scaling is just sort of repeating the process. So the idea with building in the beginning is you just put a ton of effort into it for a few months, and then you just kind of let it go after that, and just kind of slowly scale and work on new side projects after that while continuing to scale your current one. Okay, so just make sure you get enough sleep. That's the main thing. Don't consume too much junk food. Also, make sure that you get enough exercise every day, and don't fall victim to the thing where you just stare at your computer all day, and then after you're done, you just go and stare at your phone the rest of the night. So definitely get, at least 10 minutes to 30 minutes of exercise every day, and watch your diet and drink lots of water. Okay. Another thing is legal and regulatory hurdles. So not everybody's in the same place, and not everybody's the same age with the same resources, right? So it takes a bit different kind of set of legal things for every different people to start up a business. And it's really good just to understand yourself and where you are and what your goals are. So, and how much money you make, basically. Because if you don't make much money already, you can pretty much set up your life to be avoiding taxes as much as possible. But if you do make a lot of money, it does get a lot more complicated. So, think about your business setup and think about where you live, and just start doing some research. If you're going to start a business, where's the most tax advantageous place to set it up? That's, also good for your business. And there's a lot of different things you'll need to know to start up a business. I have a whole blog post on it that outlines every single step. I also include it in my courses. All right, so and let's just talk about prioritizing yourself, because it really is important. So when it comes to business and life, you really have to take a step back and just think about what are your real goals here? Like, why are you even starting in the first place? Are you doing this because you want to be able to travel the world, be a digital nomad and see all these different places and go, and do stuff? Well, that's great. So make sure that you write that down and write down the different places you want to go. You can start doing some research ahead of time to find out the costs and all that. And you can start figuring out a way to kind of hack into that. Okay. Entrepreneurship is a great way to start, because at least you're going to have your own business. So you can take it with you, like with e-commerce and dropshipping, you can take it everywhere you are, wherever you happen to be, as long as you have an internet connection, which is really cool. But if you go all the way out to that remote place and then you have no goals and you just end up sitting on your computer all day staring at the ocean, that might be great. And that might be all you want. And that's perfectly fine too. But definitely understand why you're doing it, so that you don't just get stuck in that mindset of always hustling and always working, because kind of the point of doing this is so that you can live and be free. But once you become free, what do you do from there? So you really have to do some goal setting, figure out what exactly it is you want to go, what it is you want to do, where you want to go, and how you want to kind of structure your life and stuff like that. How do you want it to look like, and things like that. Those really are important, because once you reach certain milestones, the idea is to actually be able to, excuse me, my cat is trying to claw on me. Once you reach certain milestones, the idea is you really want to reward yourself and treat yourself well. So make sure that you do that, and do that properly. Okay. All right. So cool. And it's really important to focus on entrepreneurship and understand that struggles are real, but struggles can be overcome, and that it's something that you should always focus on. Is that just have an open mind and know that it's okay. I can get over it. I can get through it. Things are always going to happen that are negative, but there's always a good positive way to look at it. It's a learning experience, right? If you waste money here, it's a learning experience. If you waste money there, it's a learning experience. If you waste time, no big deal. You learn something, right? You can kind of gain from that and grow from that. That's just the best thing to do, is have a positive attitude and mindset. Okay. So definitely go into this with the right attitude and mindset, and you'll be fine. You'll do great. Great. So guys, if you're interested in getting on board and learning more about high ticket dropshipping, I have a lot to teach. I have a free niches list and mini course at ecommerceparadise.com. You just go to the first button up there that says learn more about high ticket dropshipping. You can read all about the different niche possibilities there are, and then get my free resources from there. And if you want to join the course, you can go to theacademy.ecommerceparadise.com and learn more about the course there. And I also have some services and done for you stuff on the homepage. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode, guys. Take care.